Okay, I'm with my Filipino guide, Kalte Hitze, and we're at the University of Philippines, or University of Philippines Visayas, downtown. And I'm going to kind of let him narrate about the building here.
Yeah, well, the building is the old city hall of Iloilo City. It was built in the 1920s, if I'm not mistaken, and the architect was a guy by the name of Juan Arellano, and then the sculptures here and the bas-relief were done by Carlo Monti. He's an Italian sculptor and he did this. There's a meaning to it. Unfortunately, I didn't really get it. I'm not really familiar with it, but from the little that I know, the two guys sitting here on each side of the building, they represent strength and wisdom. I don't know which statue represents wisdom or strength, but that's what they represent.
Okay.
And as you can see, the architecture is really old, probably in the classical style, and used to be during the American colonial period. This is where the city officials hold office. So,
and it's built in 1920?
Yeah, 1920s and probably earlier, but what I'm sure is it was built during the American colonial period. So,
wow.
Yeah, from the 1920s, 1910s. So it's probably now 100 or approaching 100 years old.
And it survived, looked like it survived the 1948 earthquake.
Right.
Well, I'm going to pan around and show you the more of the campus here.
Yeah, those are the new buildings already.
New buildings there?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the University of the Philippines took over, they built new buildings, and this is where the business courses are being taught, like management, business administration.
Okay.
This is where the courses are being held, the classes. There's a football field over there.
Okay.
We are near the Iloilo Doctors Hospital, and it's in the city center. The larger counterpart of this campus is in the rural area of Visayas. There, the campus is about 300 hectares, very wide and spacious.
It's very large. We did that birthday party. There's a two-part series there.
Right. And they have classes there in fisheries and social sciences mostly.
And they say that he was telling me that this university here is the Harvard of the universities here in Iloilo.
Right.
Okay.
There's a state university.
All right. Well, this is the first of several stops. We had a nice coffee and he had a breakfast at...
Mike, do you want to read the plaque?
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, he's going to narrate this plaque for us.
So, this is an official plaque from the National Historical Institute, right? What it says is that this is the old Iloilo City Hall. This was built according to the design of Juan Arellano, so he's the architect, and Francesco Riccardo Monti, so he's the Italian architect who did the sculpture and the reliefs of the facade.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so it says here 1933 to 1935.
Okay.
So I was off by a decade.
That's all right.
Sorry about that. Pinasinayaan, Disyembre 1936. So, built 1933-1935, it was used It was used in 1936. Started to be used by the city officials in 1936. Then the Japanese, the Japanese, used the building from 1942 to 1945. Also,
they had a 3-year occupation.
Yeah, they probably held office here also.
Wow.
The Japanese occupiers, and then it says here. Ibinigay sa Universidad ng Pilipinas. It says here that the old city hall was given to the University of the Philippines on April 8, 1947 by Fernando Lopez.
From the Lopez family.
Fernando Lopez, yeah. He's the local elite.
Yes.
The billionaire, a local billionaire here in Iloilo who owns a lot of properties and businesses, and he also used to be a vice president, also Fernando Lopez of the Philippines, and now. So it says here, Vice Presidente, yeah, so it says he was a vice president of the Philippines. He's from Iloilo, and that's why he had the city hall donated to the University of the Philippines. And then it says here, ipinaayos sa tulong ng Philippine War Damage Commission. So it says here that this building was repaired by with the help of the Philippine War Damage Commission in 1950. This was probably destroyed during the war. So Yeah, it was now restored with the help of the Philippine War Damage Commission 1950. And it says here, halimbawa, it says here, it's an example of the architecture, or it's an example of the neoclassic architecture found in the Philippines during the first part of the 20th century. So that's all it says.
Well, they did a great job. They did a good job.
Right. So yeah, basically, that it says that it was really preserved for the later generations.
And it says here, rebuilt with the aid of the people of the United States of America under the Philippine Rehabilitation Act of 1946.
Yeah, because we have to remember that this city hall was built during the American colonial period, 1933.
Right.
So the U.S. probably felt like there's a moral responsibility to help rebuild the Philippines after the war. And it says here, Iloilo City Hall, completed and inaugurated, right, 1936 completed, yeah. So I think they're the first officials of the city who used
this building.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And then this guy here is from Molo. He's the one that built the plaque.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Right. I know a guitar maker down there.
Right. Fundidor.
Okay.
Barangay Fundidor, district of Molo. District of Molo, Iloilo.
Okay, I'm gonna cut it. Well, we just stepped inside the front door here, and the UP, and looking up, we've got a huge archway, all done in these.
Right. I think these are Dorian columns.
On Dorian?
Dorian. During the columns that are popular in the ancient Greek.
Okay. Ancient Greece?
Yeah. I think those are Corinthian finishes on the top of the columns.
Well, this is impressive. Now here's the ceiling. I think this is going to show up.
Right. So there are some flowers.
Real high ceiling up there.
Very intricate, very ornate.
See if I can zoom in on these flowers.
I think
all hand carved. This is all done in concrete.
Right, and I think it was more beautiful when this was originally built.
Oh, sure it was.
Right. And probably there was a chandelier here.
I would imagine, yeah, because electricity's still up there for that lamp, and then that probably a doorway over there. Let me see if we can get it through the.
Unfortunately, it's no longer open to the public.
Yeah.
It's now just. It's now the art gallery. Probably that door over there. It's
UP art.
Yeah, probably that's where the mayor's office is, or was located before.
Well, this is quite a building.
Right.
I would love to see pictures of what happened during the war, before and after.
Way back in the 1920s, 1930s, the typical commercial buildings here in Iloilo look like this, inside, outside.
I know the post office building and the Bureau of Immigration's Customs House has got sculpture like this.
Right, that was also built during the American colonial period, customs building.
All right, now they've got this steel grate on here to keep traffic out. And we're going to venture a little further.
Wow. This is the only center for West Visayan studies, right? In the entire Western Visayas.
Well, I'm here, and I got one of the workers here at the university. He's showed us this sign here. It's the Humane Museum, Textile Museum. So in here, the textile industry used to be one of the strong industries and actually what helped get Iloilo on the maps as far as economics. And so the history of the textile is inside this building, but unfortunately they're going to be closed until next year. And I won't be able to get any video for you until maybe January of this museum. That would be an interesting take. The museum goes from this wall all the way back to the back, so it's going to make quite a video if I can get in here and take it for you. This is right here at the CPU campus. They kept American prisoners here?
I think so. I mean, you said it's a dungeon.
Dungeon. Okay.
I don't really recall if they had, but
Here in the CPU in the old days, this used to be a dungeon. These are the prison cells for the different whatever you call them, prisoners. You can see the size of these bars here. Put a lock on there. I'm sure they had a pretty heavy-duty lock on it. But I guess they had people in here during the war, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but this used to be a dungeon. These 4 cells, or did they have more?
They have underground dungeons, but it's inaccessible now.
Okay. Wow, a lot of history in this building. Okay, we're walking down another side of the UP. We're on one of the main street sides now. You can see the walls around it, and we're getting down in more of the classrooms. This is really a huge facility. And my guide's ahead of us, and he's going to show me they got a big statue down here, which is famous here for the university. And he'll explain a little bit more about it when we get there. But this is a rather large complex.
These are the classrooms.
More classrooms.
Yeah. It's pretty basic. There are no air conditioning.
I'm seeing some air on that building, but that may be residents. Different.
I'm not really sure.
And that's the original building behind there, and then they've got more buildings are added on here in the back. And this goes all the way to the main street. What's the name of this main street? General Luna?
General Luna, yeah.
Okay. I'm remembering, I'm learning.
Right, that's very good.
Now we're going to go up to the statue. You can walk with me here and talk about it.
Yeah, sure.
We're going to show you this bronze statue here.
Alright, so this is the back part of the oblation statue. This is a statue of a naked man, and he's spreading his arms wide open, and this is the symbol of all UP campuses, and it basically means freedom, basically freedom of thought, that you should not be very narrow-minded, you should not be conservative, you should be open, you should be liberal, you should be open to new ideas, new thoughts, and do not accept dogma. You should think critically, and that's the mission. That is the mission of UP. That education is not just about memorization, it's not just about learning how to count or write. It's really about how to think for yourself and how to think smartly. So yeah, basically that's it. That's the main value system of UP. It's about independent thinking.
And when was this put up here?
I really don't know, but this is probably built in the 1950s, I think. Not really sure.
Wow.
All UP campuses have that as their symbol.
Alma mater, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, however, what it really means. That's what I heard about. I hope I got
So
it
keep
correctly.
your mind open to not just somebody else's interpretation, but study and learn all interpretations.
Don't follow society blindly. Think for yourself. Yeah, I think basically that's what it means, because I'm not really sure. I'm from another university, but that pretty much sums it up. Yeah. And
Look,
this one here,
these old trees lined up in a row here.
This one here is the new building. If you notice the stars,
Yeah.
it's because it's Christmas, and the stars symbolize the Star of Bethlehem. In the Philippines, this is the most visible sign of Christmas. So yeah, the sort of that.
And then what is this last building down here?
I really have no idea.
Okay.
Probably also for the master's and doctorate degrees also, but I'm not sure.
This is one large campus.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna. And this one?